Mission Report. Helder Favyomba, I also want to talk to you about the experience I had in Mozambique in Evangelical Mission, where the Lord showed me something very heavy, and He told me to send an alert to Believer Visiting Hotel. Recently I had a horrifying experience at the hotel when I went to mission in Cabo, the state that is destroying and eliminating many people. I'm going to talk to you about this experience before moving on to other. It is more recent. So when I arrived at this hotel in Cap Delgado, Mozambique, I was resting from my evangelical missions, after arriving from Maputo, so I arrived in Cabo Delgado in Monteopos. There I rested at the hotel. I don't think this hotel had a name, so while I was in this hotel I started to see many spirits circulating around the hotel and my room. I thought, what am I supposed to do? I made the decision to consecrate the place I was in. I consecrated the place and anointed it with oil. I didn't say a prayer nor sent fire, but I anointed the window, the doors, the bathroom. I went around and said, Lord, I understand this is an evil place, but Lord, the room is now privatized and anointed. When you enter a hotel, the first thing you have to do is consecrate the place. Consecrate the bed, the air conditioning, also consecrates the bathroom that also has the presence of many demons because prostitution takes place in hotels. I made this consecration for God to purify this place. It was the only way for me to take my rest and thus continue with my work of missions later. I was there trying to rest. I saw a man walking around the room. I was scared. I said, but there is no one here except me. How is it that I can see someone walking around in the room? When I looked at the mysterious person walking as if all was normal, I looked at this person. I saw that this person had the body of a human but his face was that of a demonic animal, and that person looked at me and he said, okay, I'm going to leave. I'm leaving. I said, whoa, I'm in a haunted place. Jesus Christ of Nazareth, this hotel room is haunted by this character who is maybe a demon. I was like a little scared because I saw him with my physical eyes as he was circulating in the room. And then he himself looked at me and said, I'm leaving. I thought that the place was already consecrated and clean, and I went back to rest because I was tired. Then I heard the audible voice of the Lord calling me, Flavio, come up here, I'll show you what you're going through. I see what's going on. Immediately I went up, for I was caught up in the air. As soon as I was carried away to the airs, I ascended in the height. Then I looked down to the earth precisely at the hotel where I rested. I noticed many evil spirits and evil things in that hotel, but what caught my attention the most is when God told me, look at the place where you are sleeping. When I looked in the room where I was sleeping, I saw a spirit that looked like a girl that was just under 30 years old. I was scared because where I was sleeping on the bed next me was a girl, and I looked closely. I realized that the girl was already dead a few days ago and in the form of static ray. I was very scared. In the next room I began to see the same spirit. I saw that the room was full of sculptures and full of evil macabre things. It was as if it were a cemetery. I find myself disgusted at being in that hotel. It was the worst hotel in all the missions I've ever done. Mozambique was the worst mission ever done. Amazons was a place where I had heavy experiences, but Mozambique was where I saw that the power of magic was extremely heavy. My night totally turbulent. It was snake wars, because snake attacks and fought me with intensity. I sent them fire. I saw arrows of light coming down. It was as if I was fighting for my life. I was in great danger inside that hotel. So while I was on the air with the Lord, He said to me that the hotel was haunted and devilish. Brethren, imagine you are in the bed sleeping with a dead man. I can't even stay in that room anymore. I said, okay, I'm going to get out of this room. I was asking myself, Lord, how is it possible that this big hotel is haunted? As soon as I returned in the body, I went running to the security guard sweating. I reached the security guard and I said, I just had a heavy experience. What is happening with this hotel? How many people are staying in this hotel here? They told me no one. You are the only one who is staying at this hotel. I said, what do you mean you're going to put me in the hotel where I'm alone? There's no one. Oh my God, what kind of hotel is this that doesn't have any guests? Then I realized that the hotel I was in wasn't a hotel in people's eyes, for they considered this hotel a cemetery, and what the guard just said makes me feel disgusted. I mean that hotel was a place where dead people were buried, full of lost souls. If God wasn't with me I might have died in this place. Then I said, security, give me another room. That route is not good, and how am I going to start fighting with the demons in that place? They have nothing to do with me, it wasn't my mission. They were already disturbed and started to want to kill me, but God kept me. So I went to the other room, and as soon as I entered the room I went to sleep. The vision began to open, I began to hear like shakes and noises. I wake up, someone was coming in front of the door of the hotel. I saw a character in the bathroom with a towel. I've heard of ghosts, but guys, this experience was heavy. I saw a man shirtless with towel in the bathroom. He looks at me and I said, oh my God, I'm going to send fire. I have to leave, God have mercy on my life. So I said there's no point in staying in this hotel anymore. In the middle of the night I went for another hotel because I had to walk. I walked all morning until almost dawn to find a hotel. I found another hotel. At least there I felt a little light. It was fine. But right there in the hotel where I went, as soon as I put my head on the bed to rest a little to wake up to devotional coming, the bird of the night came. The bird sang all that night until dawn. I tried to get some sleep and sent fire to the bird and commanded them to shut up. Then the bird began quiet. I realized that we have to pray a lot. I went to buy food for eating. After putting food on the table my vision was opening. The food was snakes walking on the plate. Really, the food they are selling is a snake, people eating what they don't know. Then I realized this is the land where this whole disaster is happening. I realized that what is happening there is a spiritual thing. The massacres are a spiritual thing. Cabo Delgado is a land where at least 80 to 70% are in the dark practice. There were days when I ate only cookies, but there were days when I had to purify the food, and I prayed for food to turn into normal food because I was so hungry. I shouldn't have fasted for days without eat, right? A week without eating, because guys, I'm saying this because God allowed me to say it a long time ago. Thing that were to hide is okay. There are a lot of things that I were to hide. I never told you everything because everything has its own time. Listen, humans don't understand the great mysteries that are released.